Welcome back to Nick Lenz's movie review, episode number 101. Yep, now we're in the triple digits, basically, when it comes to this particular series. We're going to be like this for quite a while, until I reach episode 1000. Who knows when that will be when it comes to this particular series. This one I'm talking about, Aliens, the sequel to 1979 film Alien, released in 1986, 7 years after the previous film. Let me explain a little bit of the history of why it took 7 years to release a damn sequel. Despite the fact the first one was a big hit, Fox at the time was not interested in doing a sequel. 2 years went by, and this is basically sort of her. 2 years went by, they had a studio change, and the head studio, yep, I want a sequel to this film Alien. So, and of course James Cameron really wanted to direct this film. He said, okay, if your film turned into a movie, well, basically, if it makes money, make a director. The first Terminator film made money. It did, a lot of money. So he was given the role. He brought along Michael Biehn from the Terminator with him, and he also brought along, I don't think anybody else, just Michael Biehn. Yeah, the thing with Michael Biehn is, with the exception of Clock Surfers, almost any time I've seen this guy show up in a movie, usually is a James Cameron movie. And in this one, he plays a character named Corporal Hicks. Yep. And we have some of the stuff associated with the Alien film franchise, which not a lot of people like. Because people love the original film, and they love this film. Yeah. The second film gets a lot of love from people. If you're wondering how long it's been since the film was released, it's been like 33 years since the film was released. Yep, 33 years. Yep. So, because the fact it's been, you can't exactly say, oh yeah, we're going to pick up right where the last film left off. Not exactly, no. Kind of looked like we did, but not really. So, basically, at the end of the previous movie, Ripley put herself in spinimation with a cat. The cat does show the movie, but it only shows up briefly and it's never seen again. But in spinimation, doesn't wake up till 53 years later. Apparently, despite the fact she's sending out a signal, apparently no one picked up, and just by sheer coincidence, a group of scavengers just happened to find her. Took a spinimation. Oh yeah, apparently it's revealed in this film she had a daughter. Something that the previous film did not bother to mention. Oh yeah, and apparently her daughter never married. Always worried that her mother might be still alive. Yep. So I'll picture her as an old lady. So yeah, so she pretty much debriefs the corporation that owns the ship. What is the name of this ship? This company. It's a company that was referenced in AVP Requiem. Yeah, it's a company that also pops up in the next film as well, and it was also made a reference in AVP Requiem. Yeah, this company, they're a group of money-hungry morons. Oh yeah, and Ripley actually did work for them somehow. Whalen Yutani, yes. She basically debriefs the current board directors what the heck happened. They apparently don't believe her, and despite the fact that she had plenty of evidence to support this. I don't know, how about her frickin' logs? And probably, I don't know. I'm sure her computer on her escape pod probably record all damn footage of this damn thing. Do they bother to check it? Nope, they're a bunch of jerks. Bunch of corporate jerks. They fire her and strip her of her license. She goes home for a while. And of course, she also informs of what happened in this particular planet. Apparently, during the time that she's been asleep, they set up a colony there. apparently was established 30 years before the events of the movie. Yep, and they say everything's working fine, despite the fact there's an alien spaceship with the planet that apparently no one informed the colonists about. Yeah, nobody did, which is kind of stupid. Yeah, the way that the corporation, the Weyland Time Corporation, they're going to be so stupid. Yeah, and the thing was written by James Cameron. Yep, James freaking Cameron. Now, aside from Sigourney Weaver and Michael Biehn, Lenz Harrison's film as Bishop, we also have the awesome Bill Paxton in this film as well. Yep. Yeah, so despite the fact there's a alien spaceship there, don't bother to tell the colonists about it until a family of four just happened to stumble upon it somehow. Yeah, while they're exploring the planet, they also kind of terraformed the planet. Well, partially the planet where they can actually breathe, because the planet itself has no breathable atmosphere. Yeah, it's never explained in this film or the previous film. So these people stumble across the alien spaceship, and they don't show the inside of it again. I think Cameron knows, well, people have already seen the inside of this spaceship already. We don't need to see it again. Which, okay, I gotta at least praise Cameron for doing that. So, and then, because what happened here, they lost all, yeah, the corporate stooge. I really can't stand this guy. His name is Burke. Yep, Burke. Yeah, him and some lieutenants like, hey, we lost contact with the colony. Can you come with us? Like, nah. We'll restore lights of you. Okay, fine. I want double pay too. And I'm basically going to be coming down the planet as well. Okay, perfectly fine. So they go on a corporal marine. Yeah, this is the film they introduced the awesome colonial marines, which are like basically space marines. Yeah, and these all people work for the United States government. Yep, because apparently in the future, in the way this future works, yeah, apparently the United States still exists in the century this film takes place, which I think is supposed to be the 22nd century. I believe this film is supposed to take place in. Yep. So they go and spend animation. They wake up there. They call her Snow White because she's in white underwear, and basically she informs them of what the heck happened in the previous film. And like, okay, so you were attacked by a xenomorph. She had never heard of the term before. Yeah, but at least apparently these colonial marines had actually heard of the xenomorphs before. Yeah, they've actually fought them many times. It's implied they've had many battles with xenomorphs. And of course, they also state later on in the movie, there's one thing with the xenomorphs they don't know about, like who their boss is. They've never seen it. The Queen, which the Queen shows in the movie. So they go into their drop ship, and this thing does literally drop on a damn planet. Like, oh my gosh, it's basically like it's like dropping like a book on a floor. It goes on really hard. I'm like, can't you just enter the atmosphere like normal? Why does it be a freaking dropship? No idea. So they go out. Oh yeah, and guess you know how many people were actually in this colony at the time when lost contact? There was 126 people here. Yes, 126 revealed by Burke later in the film. So they go out exploring the colony. And no, Ripley does not go back to the damn spaceship. As a matter of fact, she has never been to the spaceship at all. She's never even seen the damn thing. She's seen the xenomorphs, never seen the spaceship at all. She's know about the spaceship. She's seen it. Oddly enough, there's never been a shot of her actually inside the spaceship. Yeah, that's one thing I thought was kind of weird about this particular series. Like, we have this big horseshoe spaceship. She has seen it. We never see her inside the damn thing. She knows what's inside it probably because of all the reports she heard about it. So, even though she's kind of like the observer, she basically tells Corporal Hicks, so she's formed like a bond with him. And yeah, then she tells him to stop, back up, and points to a hole in the floor. And of course the sergeant, yeah, says, that's a good call. Like, good eye. Yeah, he at least praises her for actually pointing that out because, well, that does prove the xenomorphs are here. Yep. So they move on, and of course, well, they're good to move in for a bit. They go inside. Everything is basically fine until they come across a laboratory with at least 5 freaking face huggers. Yeah, as for how the heck the colonist managed to prevent face huggers, never explained. Yeah, this is one of the few things. I don't know if it's in the direct. I don't think it's in the director's cut of this movie. Yeah, there's like, okay, we have 5 freaking face huggers here. I don't. There's probably stuff that was cut, but as far as I know, they never actually, well, let's just say, restored any actual footage of the stuff I've seen. Yeah, almost like there's something else covering like some other story that was here, like how the heck did they transport 5 eggs containing face huggers to this colony? Yep, apparently doing experiments on these damn things. Oh yeah, and get this. Guess who signed off on sending these people to this freaking planet? Burke did. Yes, Burke. Apparently he knew about the alien. Didn't tell the Colonial Marines about it. Yeah, and they stole like a power plant later, and Burke thinks he's the one in charge. Okay, with the lieutenant basically out, he's basically incompetent. With the sergeant missing, according to Ripley, the person actually in charge of this mission is Corporal Hicks. Which makes sense. This is a because it involves the xenomorphs. This has now become a military operation. Okay, at least she knows the rule book. Burke's trying to weasel his way thinking that he's still in charge, even though he really isn't. When it involves something like this, yeah, the military has to take charge. So he basically does something. Now, during the course when looking at this place, they come across a little girl named Newt. Her name is Rebecca. Basically, apparently her brother's the only call her Rebecca. Apparently, everybody called her Newt. No idea why. Apparently, it was a nickname. Even her parents call her Newt. Yep, and she's the only survivor. So, even though there's 126 colonists here, there's like 125 xenomorphs. Yeah, and they take a good number with freaking machine guns. I'm thinking, this is the future. When these people have ray guns, well, probably to save on money, they have these people use freaking machine guns. Turret guns, mind you. They even have turrets all over the place to keep watching the xenomorphs. There's like a small number of them killed off screen, mind you. Yes. Mm-hmm. Also, there's a joke before they ride in the plane. It's like, we should just nuke the site from orbit. Which is probably ignored. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then at one point we have Ripley and Newt actually locked in a room with a facehugger. Yep. So luckily they were able to break out, and Hicks is able to get in, shoot the facehugger, and take basically Burke into custody for attempted murder. Yep. Though he later is killed by frickin'... Yeah, and by the way, when everybody's called to evacuate, yeah, Ripley and Hicks decide they'll leave Burke behind because he's the one who caused all this nonsense to happen. So he's killed by a xenomorph off screen. Yep. So they eventually get to the dropship, and, well, they get to like the big van, they get on the ship. Well, and of course, Newt is also captured, so Ripley has to rescue her. So she basically takes a machine gun, straps to a flamethrower, and basically goes to rescue her, basically like a freaking badass. Saves her and runs the freaking alien queen. One of her 2 live action appearances she's ever made. The only other time this creature's ever appeared in live action was, believe it or not, and I kid you not, was actually in AVP. I believe the alien queen also popped up in Alien Resurrection. I think so. Yeah, Alien Resurrection is the only film I can think of that the alien queen showed up in. It showed frequently in alien comic books. Yeah, this movie, because movies sparked the alien comic franchise. Yep. So, she takes them out. The queen somehow gets on board, takes out half of Bishop, and they get off the planet no problem. And, well, Bishop's basically in pieces. So Hicks also gets part of his face burnt off. And of course they'll go spend animation, and that's the last day of Hicks and Newt, because next film does really something stupid with these 2 people in the next film. Because apparently the actors didn't want to come back for the film because of all the bull crap involving the 3rd film. But this film overall was really good, though it did lead into a direction people did not want the film franchise to go. But it's a move that Fox wanted because you wanted your damn sequel, you got it. The film was actually it's still beloved by a lot of fans of the film franchise, but the next two films are actually hated. The third film was the most hated film of this entire film series. I'll talk about that in episode 102. Yeah. Which came out in 1982, by the way, about 5 years of this one. At least they waited. This was a bit shorter. Yeah. Overall, this film was actually really good. And it was only, this is actually one of 4 films I've seen with Michael Biehn. The other 3 films are Terminator, The Abyss, and Clock Stoppers. Actually, no. Aside from these 4 films, I've all seen him in, it was Omega Code 2 Megiddo. He was also in that film. It's a independent film. Yep. Now, the film itself has got a few minor plot holes with it, at least maybe some stuff kind of floor, like, how did those space suckers get to freaking colony? Why did Burke basically lie about that? Well, actually, that there was a reason for that. Money! And he wanted to turn the xenomorphs into weapons! Yes! Which something that recur into the next film, which probably a lot of people probably didn't care about that. Probably not even the director of the film, David Fincher. I'll talk about the stupid stuff involving the third film. Now, I at least got to praise the fact they actually put a whole bunch of the whole thing with the multiple xenomorphs thing. That was a neat touch. The appearance of the alien queen. We also have the infamous line where Ripley says it's been repeated a few times, even in the Channel Austin film To Boldly Flee. They had Lupa basically say this: "Get away from her, you B." I'm not gonna say the word, but yeah, that's a line that it's been repeated a few times over the years since this film came out. Like, it was the first one of the few times I've heard Sigourney actually swear on screen. She doesn't really swear very much on screen, but it's a line that requires swearing because the 80s. She probably couldn't do this in the first one, probably because they didn't allow swearing. Yeah, 90s, they basically overdid it with the swearing. Yep. But was there a Star Trek release the very same year this film came out? Yes. I think it was... Actually, no. There wasn't one. Yeah, there wasn't one released the same year this one was. No. There was one released in 1988. Yeah, I think so. What rank do I give this film? A 9 out of 10. Fantastic film. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Next review, Comic Corner. Okay, produce the next review. Bye.